Okay, the time has come to wire all of these pedals into the Pro 14. We've got the power sorted. Now we just need to do the patch leads. We're going to be using lava cable. I recommend this stuff. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Really easy to put together, rock solid. So this is the lava cable Duo Pro 14 kit. So everything you need to wire your pedals into a Pro 14 in a single kit. When you're cutting the leads to length, it's really important that you use something that slices as opposed to crimps, like pliers. If you use something that slices, it gives you a lot cleaner cut. Whereas if you use pliers, you know it's going to take forever to tidy that cut up. Right, so let's plumb the tuner in to start with. We're going to go from the auxiliary output here to the input of the tuner here. If you think that by the time you've cut the lead up, you're going to lose about, a centimetre. So I'm going to hold my thumb about a centimetre down the cable, go from that connection there up to where I want the cable to go, and then add another centimetre for the connector. Now to make this cable up, we're going to use the wire strippers that came with the Pro 14 cable kit. But I also recommend having a nice pair of pliers and some sort of cable tester. I'm just using a DVM, a little voltage meter, just to make sure that the cable's working. Right, all we need to do, about 1 centimetre down from where we cut, just twist that, then the end comes right off. Now, we pull the cable apart and you have these 3 units here. First is the shield. Now the shield goes straight over the edge. Now here's what we do. We take this copper braid and fold it over. Okay. Make sure we get all that copper braid over the edge. This is one of the reasons why this system is so good, because it gives you such a fantastic earth connection. Now once that's down, something I like to do, we need to get this little cable centered. So I take my pliers and I cut that off. You'll see now that that cable is right in the center. Take the same connector, I simply pop it on straight as you like, push in. Now I did the same on both ends. Okay, so before I put the little screw caps on the end, I'm going to test it. Now the reason I'm going to test it in this state is that if there is a problem, I can fix it. It's a bit late once you've screwed the caps on. So I'm going to quickly test for a short circuit across the ground, so now that's fine. And now test from end to end, that's fine, and then I'm going to test from shield to shield. Beautiful. All I need to do, bend that over, put the end caps on, screw that down, same for this side, screw that down. Once it's all screwed down, you have a perfect patch cable. Okay, I have plumbed in all the pedals in the bottom row that are going into the Pro 14. So basically I've just decided the loops that I want them to go into. Got the send going out of that loop into the pedal, then the output of the pedal back into the return of that loop. Now I'm going to be plumbing in the pedals on the bridge. Now you can see all the cables here. I mean, it's a pretty neat job, but I will make all this a lot tidier, when we come to do the finished thing and we come to put the pedals and secure them in place. One great thing about the bridge, first of all, if I hold the pedals down, turn it over, you can see here that there's a route underneath the bridge. Now that route is where all the cables go. So that hides all the cables for the pedals on the bridge. Then the bridge itself, when that's put in position, you can see that the bridge actually hides the cables going into the Pro 14. Okay, the top row is all plumbed in, so you can see here, if I move this back, all these cables from behind the bridge are now plugged into the Pro 14. Okay, now that just sits in there, and we're ready to start trying it out. Now, let's plug the power in. Everything should start up. Now this is the point where we troubleshoot anything that might have a dodgy connector or whatever. But remember, we still haven't velcroed anything down. The pedals are still loose here. That's so that if there is a problem, we can easily sort it out before we stick any velcro on it and make the pedals a lot harder to move. Okay, now all I've done here on the presets on the Pro 14, I've just programmed loops 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 through to 10, just so I can simply press the button and get that checked out. So first thing I'm going to check out though is the tuner. So I'm going to hit auxiliary and make sure our guitar is going through. Don't be alarmed, I do tune to E flat, so that's all good. Now I'm going to hit bypass. Okay, I'm going to set the pre-boost buffer here by turning on switch number 2 here on the bypass switch. So there it is, turn that on there. With it off. So I'm going to turn it on so it's basically the same level, but just it's going to buffer all the cable going back to the amplifier. Alright. So in loop 1 we have the Analog Man Sun face. So I press that, it's going to open up that loop, and alright, that's on. Loop 2 we have the Beano boost. Yep, that's on. Loop 3 we have the AC plus. Yep, it's all good. Loop 4 we have the hot cake. Beautiful. Loop 5 we have the severe. Fantastic. Right, loop 6 we have the small stone. That's great. With especially old phasers, you can hear the volume drop. Generally, if I go from the bypass phaser, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the post amplifier to bring that phaser back up to unity gain. So there it is, just on control switch 1. That's where I had it on. There it is. So there's our bypass. Back to phaser. Beautiful. Alright, number 7 we have the tremolo. Again, I'm going to use a bit of post volume on that one. Lovely. 8 is the chorus. 9 is the 8080. That sounds like it. So now I'm going to go over to loop 10. Now loop 10 is where we have the WetBox and the time factor. So here's how that works. Input A is just my guitar, so no delay. I have the time factor set to 100% wet, so if I go over to B, you'll hear just the delay. So I'm going to set it up . Right, so all the pedals are working now. It's time to get everything taped down, and yes, we'll sort that out in just one moment.